Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're covering a breaking political development. Tulsi Gabbard has been confirmed as the new Director of National Intelligence. This decision has sparked debate across party lines and raised big questions about what changes we can expect in national security and foreign policy. Before we get into what this means for U.S. intelligence, let's take a quick step back. For those who don't know, Tulsi Gabbard is a former congresswoman from Hawaii and an Iraq War veteran. She's been one of the most unconventional politicians in recent years, originally a Democrat but often clashing with her party. She's been a vocal critic of U.S. interventionism, opposed efforts for regime change wars, and had an infamous 2017 meeting with Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad, which drew sharp criticism. She later left the Democratic Party, citing what she called extreme partisanship, and has since aligned more with conservative-leaning policies. Now, Gabbard's appointment as Director of National Intelligence, DNI, is controversial for several reasons. Foreign policy views. Critics worry that her non-interventionist approach might weaken U.S. intelligence efforts abroad. Russia and Syria stance. Some lawmakers have accused her of being too friendly toward authoritarian regimes, or echoing Russian talking points in the past. Trump's influence. Since she was nominated by President Trump, some argue her role could lead to the politicization of intelligence agencies. On the flip side, her supporters say she's exactly what the intelligence community needs, someone who's not afraid to challenge the status quo and bring accountability to an agency that has faced criticism for political bias. During her confirmation hearing, Gabbard made it clear that she's coming in with an agenda. Here are the biggest changes we can expect. Reducing bureaucracy. She has criticized the bloated intelligence structure and says she wants to streamline operations. Depoliticizing intelligence agencies. After years of claims that intelligence agencies were used as political weapons, Gabbard pledged to restore public trust. Less interventionism. Some experts believe we'll see a shift in focus. Less emphasis on foreign conflicts, more focus on homeland security. But the big question is, can she actually pull this off? Right away, we're likely to see a shift in priorities within the intelligence community. Gabbard's focus on reform means she might cut back on operations that she sees as overreach, but that could also weaken U.S. surveillance efforts in some regions. Some critics worry that her stance on foreign policy could make the U.S. appear less aggressive on the world stage. Could this create vulnerabilities? That's the concern. The U.S. intelligence community has been deeply involved in counterterrorism, cyber threats, and monitoring adversarial nations. If Gabbard scales back certain intelligence operations, adversaries like Russia, China, and Iran may see this as an opportunity to test U.S. limits. And domestically, what do you think happens inside the intelligence agencies themselves? She's walking into a highly skeptical intelligence community. Many career officials at the CIA, FBI, and NSA may resist her reforms, especially if they feel she's trying to overhaul the system too quickly. There could be pushback, leaks, or internal struggles as she tries to implement changes. That makes sense. Gap 3S. While the immediate changes under Gabbard are already stirring up debate, what about the long-term impacts on U.S. intelligence and foreign policy? Gabbard's approach could redefine the role of U.S. intelligence on the global stage. By focusing more on homeland security and less on foreign intervention, the U.S. might see a shift in how it gathers and uses intelligence data. This could lead to a more defensive posture, with an emphasis on cyber defense and counterterrorism within U.S. borders. That sounds like a significant pivot. How might this affect U.S. relations with other countries? This shift could have a dual impact. On one hand, reducing foreign interventions might improve U.S. relations with some countries that view American involvement as overreach. On the other hand, it could embolden adversarial nations like Russia, China, and Iran, who might see this as a reduction in U.S. global influence. Imagine a scenario where the U.S. intelligence focus is predominantly domestic. While this might bolster internal security, it could create gaps in international intelligence, allowing adversaries to increase their influence in regions like the Middle East and Eastern Europe. This could lead to a more fragmented global power structure where regional conflicts become more pronounced without U.S. intervention. That's a thought-provoking analysis. What about the intelligence community itself? How could these long-term changes impact its structure and morale? Over time, Gabbard's reforms could lead to a more streamlined but potentially less flexible intelligence apparatus. Career officials might find themselves adapting to new priorities, which could either foster innovation or create friction. Morale could be a mixed bag. Some might welcome the changes, while others might feel constrained by the new focus. It's clear that Gabbard's appointment could have profound long-term effects on both U.S. intelligence and the broader geopolitical landscape. Only time will tell how these changes will unfold and shape the future of U.S. national security. As expected, the public reaction has been divided. Some view her confirmation as a much-needed shakeup, while others see it as a risky move. The big questions now are, how will she navigate pushback from within the intelligence community? Will she be able to make real reforms, or will Washington gridlock stall her efforts? And most importantly, what does this mean for U.S. national security in the long run? We'll have to wait and see. But one thing's for sure, this is going to be a pivotal moment for America's intelligence operations. So what do you think? Is Tulsi Gabbard the right person for the job, or is this a dangerous gamble for U.S. national security? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take on this. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates on major political events. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.